This is the first meeting between the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Lushola Eniko-Olaye, and members of the Diplomatic Corps in Nigeria, aimed at presenting federal government's tripartite focus of security, the economy, and anti-corruption.
These three priorities are linked because once you get the economy right, some of the root causes of disaffection and dislocation and terrorism will have been addressed.
The Permanent Secretary took the opportunity to warn the heads of mission against the breach of communication channel, which he termed unorthodox communication with different levels of government, contrary to the Vienna Convention on Communication.
Some missions are in the habit of going above the Minister of Foreign Affairs in seeking audiences and engagement with governments at even higher levels. I need not stress that this is not what we know as diplomats. It's clearly in violation of the relevant provision of the Vienna Convention. The Minister of Foreign Affairs remains the channel of communication between diplomatic community and host governments.
He expresses concerns about the travel advisory given by some countries by their heads of mission, which often paints an exaggerated picture of the security situation in Nigeria.
Travel advisories, which have tended to undermine some of the gains and efforts that government has made in tackling the challenge of security and the economy. While I appreciate the domestic requirement for travel advisories in many of our countries, we urge that such advisories be based on facts rather than an attempt to sensationalize and make it look as if the entire country, from the north to the south to the east to southwest, is no longer a place to live in.
Also of concern by some of the diplomats is a recent ban on some items which they say limits trade between their countries and Nigeria. But the Permanent Secretary says the decision to restrict the importation of some items are made by the federal government to protect and spur local manufacturing. Omelogo, Nadi Channels Television News.